Hello viewers, welcome to Simple Accounting channel. This is Uttam sir. Today I have to discuss the economics. What is economics? Before getting the idea about the economics, we have to be known about the social behavior, human behavior. What is the human behavior? For any society, this is the common phenomenon. Human want is unlimited, but resource available to them is very limited. That's why the economic problem is developed. So economics is on the subject. Through this subject, the unlimited wants is to be dealt by the limited resources. Those are the economists that tried themselves to solve the economic problem by the limited resources. This is the economics. Economics is two types. One is the macroeconomics and another is the microeconomics. What is macroeconomics? When the economic discussion is taking place for the whole sector of economy, the total sector of economy, none of the sector is ignored. That economics said as the macroeconomics. But what about the microeconomics? The selective sector of economics when going to be discussed, that is called the microeconomics. Maybe agriculture sector, technological sector, defense sector, infrastructure sector, transportation sector. So some of the example of selective sector. So when the economic discussion is taking place for the selective sector, that is called the microeconomics. So most of the developed country is following the microeconomics, but developing country, they are following the macroeconomics. Now needs and want. What is needs? What is want? This is the basic question for economics. Needs is that the fundamental element for the human being is said the needs. They are the five basic or fundamental elements is over there. Without having them, no human being can work properly. That five things is that food, clothes, shelter, education and healthcare. These are the five fundamental elements, five fundamental rights for the people. This is called the needs. The wants. What is want? Want sometimes it is related to the personal desire. What is personal desire? Maybe your kid is interested to have the sandwich in the breakfast. Your kid is selecting some of the dress to buy. So this is the personal desire, personal likings. This is called the wants. Now scarcity, very commonly a common item for economics, scarcity. What is called scarcity? Scarcity means the inadequate resources. So that inadequate, insufficient is said the scarce. Adam Smith normally highlighted this scarcity because human want is unlimited, but resource available to them is limited. That's why scarce is developed over there. So this is called the scarcity. It means inadequate resource, insufficient resource. Now the choice. What is called choice? Most of the people is interested to satisfy themselves, but due to the resource constraint, their all wants cannot be satisfied at a time. That's why that person is to make a list of preference, which is badly needed to satisfy. By this satisfaction, the total satisfaction is to be gained by the human being. So the list of preference sometimes it is called the choice. So if that choice is made, then the people is to be satisfied enough. Now the opportunity cost, very commonly discussed elements. The opportunity cost. What is opportunity cost? Opportunity cost is the cost which normally be forgone. Maybe the people may have the different alternatives. If some of the person is go for the best alternative, some other alternatives, next best alternative, that is to be forgotten. Maybe I am a teacher. I love teaching very much. If I am not going to be a teacher, then what is to happen? I have to join some multinational corporation. So since I am the teaching in my profession, that's why the multinational job I have to be ignored. That is called the opportunity cost. Multinational job is my opportunity cost. As a student, you are, what is the opportunity cost? maybe you are learning. Maybe sometimes instead of learning, you can go to the field for playing. So playing, if you learning right now, then the playing is the opportunity cost for you. So this is the opportunity cost, one of the important topics for the economics. Now we have to discuss the economic goods and the free goods. What is the economic goods? Economic goods are those goods which normally produced in the factory and some cost is involved over there. Those are the producer, they are using the different factors of production so that they can produce the product. So it is normally produced in the factory. So that goods is said as the economic goods. But what is the free goods? Free goods cannot be produced in the factory. It is naturally available to the different country. Maybe under the soil. Maybe some of the fossil fuel is over there. Fossil fuel, what is called fossil fuel? Maybe the gas, coal, maybe the oil, one of the natural resources. It is naturally available. That natural resource is not to be made by the factory. That is called the free goods. Now, we have to understand the positive statement and the normative statement. In economic discussion, lot of statements normally like this. Frequently this statement is to come. What is the positive statement? Positive statement is the statement which normally made by the facts, true things. Maybe what is the potato production of this year, 2020? Some of the record, obviously, to the statistical bureau. If you go over there, then you get the information. So the real things. So you have to make a report on that. So this is the positive statement. When the statement or the report is made on the facts, that is the positive statement. What is normative statement? Normative statement is some of the statement or some of the report, who is some of the terms is over there, should be, would be, ought to be. So that terms definitely over there. So by that terms, some of the statement is going to be prepared. Maybe the Ethiopia given some of the financial assistance, or the Sudan should be given some of the financial aids. So this is one of the example of normative statement. So it is should be, would be, ought to be. That terms must be over there. Now I have to discuss the factors of production. What is called factors of production? Land, labor, capital and organization. They are the four factors of production. So any entrepreneur, when they are set up some of the business, these factors of production need to be utilized properly, so that the business which is established by the entrepreneur, that business objective can smoothly be attained. So factors of production is four items. One is the land, labor, capital and organization. First of all, you have to set up some of the organization. You have to set up some of the factory, some of the farms. So this is called the organization. And once it is set up, once your organization is set up, then you have to require the capital. What is the capital? Capital means some of the money which is invested by the owner into the business. That is called the capital. So whenever you are going to start the business, some capital must be required. So those are the owner, they are providing the capital initially. Now land, labor, capital. Now it is the labor. What is the labor? The worker, those who are working in the factory. That is called the labor. So without the labor, you cannot operate your business. And the land. Land, the another item, another factors of production, which is needed to set up your factory, which is set up your buildings. So without having the land, no business can be operated. So land, labor, capital and organization. These are the four factors of production. This is the economic. In the economics is commonly used or commonly discussed, these factors of production. Now the production. What is called production? Very useful word, the production for the economics. Production is a process through which some of the goods or service can be produced which is needed by the society. That is called the production. Production can be classified into two: the direct production and the indirect production. What is called the direct production? Direct production is that when the producer is producing the goods for himself or his family maintenance, that is called the direct production. But sometimes some of the producer is producing goods not for himself or his family maintenance, but selling to others in order to have some profit. That is the indirect production. So most of the production of the world are the indirect production. Here the producer is producing the goods not for himself or his family maintenance, but selling the items to others in order to make profit. That is the indirect production. Production can be taken place by two ways. One is manually, another is automation. Manually means physically some of the worker is involved to produce the goods. That is the manual production. Sometimes it is called the labor intensive production. And sometimes some of the goods is to be produced automatically. Some of the machinery is to be used. So production is to be done automatically. This is called the capital intensive method of production. Now I have to discuss in respect of demand and supply. What is called demand? Demand basically means some of the want, some of the desire is the demand. But in respect of economics, demand is not saying like that. They are the specific properties or character of the demands. If some of the thing is demand, then there are the three character. Maybe some of the desire, some people have some desire, they have the financial ability and they have the willingness. If these three elements, three properties is in some of the desire, then it should be a demand. So when a desire is satisfied by the financial ability as well as the willingness, that should be said as demand. I have to discuss demand later in some lesson. Now, what is the supply? Supply means what the producer is producing and selling to the market. That is called the supply. This is very straightforward topic in respect of supply. But in respect of economics, there are different things. Maybe some of the producer is producing 500,000 packets, but that producer is not interested to sell all the goods, that 500 packets in the market. That producer is interested to sell only 300 packets, 300,000 packets to the market by the existing price. Maybe the price is subject to the fluctuation. Maybe the producer is not interested to sell that price what is producing by himself or herself. So what is the supply? Supply is the amount or quantity which the producer is ready to sell by each and every price. That is called the supply. So dear viewers, that's all for today. If this video is useful to you, I have to request you, please make a like and subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching and have a nice time. Goodbye.